Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a weather impact alert as some rain moves through with a gusty wind that has caused power outages. How the weekend improves ahead.
And the remnants of Debbie are having an impact on weekend happenings across Connecticut, including a country fair that had to delay opening day. We have team coverage of what you can expect tonight and all weekend.
Plus, the disturbing incident at a Connecticut Target store. A woman and her daughters followed by a stalker. That's until police stepped in. We'll tell you what happened next.
Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
Here we go, the rain we've been tracking all week. What's left of Debbie is bringing rain and strong winds tonight. As we come on air, storms are moving steadily across the state. With those storms, at last check, thousands of people in Connecticut are without power. Thanks for joining us here this Friday night for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Bridget Piorla. We're glad you're with us here. Litchfield and Hartford County spent much of the day under a tornado watch. That notice has expired, but the storms that brought them on remain.
Downpours and scattered thunderstorms here. The weather tonight has kept us on our toes. We're hearing reports of trees down from those winds, and at the shoreline, rough waters in the Long Island Sound.
Connecticut's news station has team coverage for you tonight. Our own Alexa Farrell is out in Wolcott, where the rain is coming down. Today's storms really threw a wrench in a beloved annual fair as well.
But first, let's send things over to meteorologist Ryan Breton. Ryan, is this going to go on all night like this?
Actually, Bridget and Sarah, we only have a few more hours to go. Weather is going to be improving by the time most of you wake up tomorrow morning. We really just have some tropical downpours out there now. There are no more alerts in effect. The severe weather risk has come down. The tornado watch has been dropped, but we still have these tropical downpours given how humid it is. Right now, some heavy ones in eastern Connecticut, and then we have some downpours here from Torrington up to New Hartford and Winstead coming through. And these are pretty quick moving, so you'll get a downpour and then get a break, and then maybe another downpour shortly after that. The bigger story today, though, I think has been the wind, gusting to 43 miles per hour in Waterbury, 49 miles per hour in Bridgeport, also churning up the Sound. And since we do have leaves on the trees, even wind speeds to this extent have caused some down limbs and down power lines, and we do have several thousand outages tonight. Still very warm with that muggy southerly wind, 79 in New Haven, 77 in Hartford. The dew points, especially in southern and eastern Connecticut, still in the mid-70s. 71, though, in Torrington, and drier air will start to come in by tomorrow morning, and the end of the day tomorrow will feel very different. So for the rest of the night, we will have showers and downpours, but they generally move to the east so that by 6 a.m., most of the rain is out of here. And then we've got a beauty of a day coming up tomorrow. Other than some clouds and an early shower, it's a sunny, warm, and less humid day with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s across the state. So no issues for outdoor plans tomorrow and no issues on Sunday either. There's some good news in the 7-day forecast. I'll be back with that coming up. Sarah?
Thank you, Ryan. Looks good. Our team coverage begins now, though, with tonight's storm causing Wolcott to pump the brakes on its country fair. This will affect the schedule heading into the weekend as well. Fox 61's Alexa Farrell is live in Wolcott, braving the elements for us out there. Alexa, what are you seeing?
Sarah, it's been a wild day. One moment it's downpouring and rain is coming down. The next, no rain, but there's huge gusts of winds. At this point, we're seeing an on-again, off-again drizzle, so the bad conditions are past us, it feels, at this point. But because of the conditions tonight, the Wolcott Country Fair decided to postpone their opening and move around some of their events. What should be a night of squeals and delights is simply rain and wind and an empty fairground in Wolcott.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature has its own plans for us.
Jean Forcadini, the co-chair of the fair, says they decided to postpone the opening day until Saturday and move some of Friday's events.
Some of these things that were going to happen tonight are now going to happen on Sunday afternoon.
The fair will have extended hours on Sunday now, going from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
So some of the bands that were performing tonight have been gracious enough to come on Sunday. One of them is a salsa band, which we've never had here before.
And unlike the rain we are seeing, Saturday and Sunday the fair is open and forecasted for sunshine. Those blue skies will have everyone smiling, fairgoers and the Lions alike, because all of the good that the fair brings.
And this is our 45th year, And the folks that started it started with a small amount of money for scholarships and that type of thing. And we're fortunate enough now to have, I think it's either 6 or 7 $2,000 scholarships that we give every year to the high school.
In addition, they have a food pantry and blood drives through the year. But this year, the fair is not just for the community. It's also in honor of longtime Lions Club member Tommy Centenero, the other co-chair who passed away earlier this year.
He was one of the main drivers of this fair, so a lot that we're doing for the fair this year is for him.
So for all that the Wolcott Fair does for the community, all of the joy and memories it gives to people throughout this weekend, we're hoping that there is extra sunshine shining nice and bright on Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are $10 for general admission, and it will be going on, so be sure to come on down to Wolcott and have some fun this weekend. In Wolcott, Alexa Farrell, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Alexa. And stick with Connecticut's news station. We're tracking the remnants of Debbie. Download the free Fox 61 News app for live radar and updates on the storm all weekend long, or at least until it ends. New at 10, 4 Bridgeport men are officially charged for allegedly robbing multiple stores in an Amazon delivery truck at gunpoint. Police say Elijah Raffington, Rajon Blake, Shasson Daniels, and McKean Profit robbed stores back in December of 2022. They're accused of robbing Omega Deli, a smoke shop, and an Amazon delivery truck, all in Bridgeport. And they're also accused of robbing Cumberland Farms in Stratford and Milford Convenience and Tobacco. All 4 men are pleading not guilty.
A Norwalk liquor store is closed until further notice. Police say they found cocaine and 7 illegal gambling machines inside. Cochia's liquor store over on Eli Avenue was raided on Wednesday, and investigators say they also found fake guns, thousands of dollars in cash, and gambling receipts as well. Police arresting 2 men, Felix Galindo Castigo, who is the founder of a violent street gang out of Mexico, and also a store employee, Jose Gerardo Fuentes Lima. The Department of Consumer Protection says police have been called to the store 10 times this year alone, and the business is a danger to the public health and safety.
Bit of an alarming story now. South Windsor police have arrested a man accusing him of stalking a woman and her daughters at a Target. Police say it happened at the Target on Buckland Hills Drive only yesterday. The woman told police James Cordera was following them around the store. They noticed he wasn't purchasing anything. And according to surveillance video, Cordera drove his vehicle around the woman and her daughters and then followed them out of the parking lot. Cordera appeared in court this morning.
And tonight, former President Trump's plane was diverted on his way to a rally in Montana where he is set to campaign for a Republican Senate candidate. Trump was supposed to land in Bozeman. Instead, his flight landed safely about 140 miles away in Billings. A staff member at the Billings airport says there was a mechanical issue on his Boeing 757. The former president took a private jet the rest of the way to the rally at Montana State University, and we're told he arrived there safely.
A Fox 61 follow-up, a Connecticut family is hoping for peace and justice. A tragic car crash caught the attention of the whole state last year. A high school student and his grandfather were killed. They were on their way to the boys' hockey practice. Well, today, the man police say caused the crash faced a judge. Fox 61's Matt Karen shows us what happened in court.
Well, 25-year-old Glenn Reagan was arraigned here today. His attorney calls the incident an accident, while the Rogers family says it was reckless.
Kind of feel like your son's sending you a message?
Totally.
You might remember Marcus Rogers. He's the pilot who transported the U.S. honor flag to Connecticut following the death of State Trooper Aaron Pelletier. He's the father of 16-year-old Marcus Rogers Jr., killed with his grandfather by a reckless driver in Winstead in 2023.
My son was on his way to hockey practice with his grandfather, and he was just driving to a practice, and a reckless driver was driving on the wrong side of the road at a high rate of speed and took my son and his grandfather's life.
On this day, the Rogers family, friends, and strangers gathered in solidarity inside Torrington Superior Court as the man allegedly behind the wheel, 25-year-old Glenn Reagan, was arraigned on 2 counts of manslaughter.
I couldn't begin to comprehend. I have a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, and losing a 16-year-old. I can't even think about it.
It took a year and a half for Reagan to face the judge for his Connecticut crime.
Under the circumstances, I'd concur with the bond remaining as set.
That's because he's not only facing crimes in Connecticut. He was extradited from incarceration in Florida, where he's serving time for a sex crime.
He's remorseful and he accepts responsibility, and I think he will express that remorse to the family.
Fox 61 secured Reagan's arrest warrant, which details how investigators did not observe active evidence of impairment, but officers did find an opened liquor bottle and paraphernalia associated with marijuana use.
It's a very unfortunate accident.
This was reckless conduct. This goes beyond what an accident. There's no way I would ever call this an accident.
Reagan will be back in court in September. His attorney tells me he doesn't expect this case to go to trial. Separately from the criminal case, he is also being sued civilly. The Rogers family didn't want to go on camera today, but they told me that they have faith in the justice system. Reporting outside Torrington Superior Court, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.